Jesus lived as a powerful person. I love that wording. I just love it. It's like the best way of that and overcomer, right? Is that Jesus lived as a powerful person because people could not make him stop loving them, right? Even when Jesus spoke to the Pharisees very strong and very harsh and said, dude, better check yourself. He didn't exactly say that. But anyways, when he said those things, he was still saying it in love that he was warning them, you're so far off base, you don't even know what's going on, right? Because if they had changed and come to him, he would have totally accepted them, right? And besides, they're the ones that were killing him. And he was like, dude, forgive them, right? So Jesus was the ultimate powerful person in the way that he loved. And I believe that we're supposed to be the exact same way. Because imagine this with me. Imagine in 2023 that we learn to be powerful like Jesus, where nobody can make us stop loving. Nobody can make us turn off our love, so much so that it confounds them. Now look, that doesn't mean that you just let yourself be in abusive relationships and you let people walk all over you. That's not love, right? That's just love and punishment. Now, you may have to learn to put up some good boundaries and to make people relate to you powerfully, or you don't get to, but that isn't actually turning off your love. We're going to talk about that. Not tonight. We could be here all night if we did that. But anyways, we're going to talk about that, is that having healthy boundaries and having the ability that you don't get to hurt me, right? A lot of times we go, oh, well, just you can hurt me and destroy me my whole life because that's how you love people. No, that's not, right? He made you a powerful person so that you're not trampled upon, but that you can actually overcome the hatred that's coming at you. And if that means saying, no, you can't get that close, but I still don't turn my love off. Because a lot of times we go, oh, no, you can't get that close, is actually us going, I'm going to stop loving you. That's not it, right? That's not it. We have to be able to not stop loving people. And so that takes some special. That takes some really special things. What I hear as I try to bring it to some sort of conclusion, I believe that in going forward is that we have to have the ability to discern what spirit we're of, right? So, we'll all know this, 2 Timothy 1:7, right? What does it say? It says, for God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of what? Power, love, and a sound mind, right? So think about what he just said there. He did not give us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. So if you flip that on its head, what he actually is saying is, I did not give you a spirit of fear, which what comes with that is powerlessness, anger, hatred, and an unsound mind, right? That's what he's saying. He says, I did not give you those things, but what I actually gave you was the opposite, and that's power, that's love, and that's a sound mind. Is that what he's saying is, I want you to be able to be powerful in your life, that you are not a victim in any way, and that you are loving at all times, and that you have a sound mind that you know how you're supposed to do this, right? He's saying, that's what I've given you. But a lot of us, in reality, what happens is that we have fear and we don't feel powerful to do anything, and we react in anger or worry or whatever it is, and we don't even know what we're doing. We can't even think straight because we're not of a sound mind at that time. That's a lot of times how it goes. And we actually need to be able to discern of which way we are going to address something. Because think about in Luke 9:55 through 56, think about what happens. Jesus is going to a Samaritan city. He's going to go minister there. And the city says, no, thank you. We don't want you. And the disciples get mad, right? Is it James and John? They get mad and they say, Jesus, do you want us to call fire down upon this city and blow them up, right? And he goes, guys, stop it. What does he say? You don't know the spirit that you are of. Because what they're saying is, oh, we're offended and we're mad because of what they did to us. So we're going to respond in a spirit. We're going to respond in such a way. Jesus, do you want us to do this? Like Elijah will blow that place up? And Jesus goes, guys, we don't do that. That's not our desire. That's not our goal. And you don't even know how you're responding right now. So just, shut your mouth, right? And in the same way, Paul talks about in Corinthians, in 1 Corinthians 12, right? He's listing off the gifts of the Spirit. And, there's all these different gifts. And in one of those things, he says the gift of discerning of spirits. Now, I believe there's a bunch of other stuff that goes with that, right? I'm not discrediting any of that, but I want you to add to your definition this idea, is that you need to be able to discern. You need to have the gift that the Holy Spirit gives you to discern of what you are going to respond with. Right? That person did something to me, and I'm just going to blow my top. And you need to pull it back, really discern what spirit you're about to do right now. Are you feeling like they just took all your power away, and now that scares you, and now you're going to respond in anger because you want to take that back and control them? Oh, yeah, that's probably a bad idea, right? Well, let me take this back. Let me discern. Okay, let me go forward with love and with power and know exactly how I'm going to do this, right? We need to have the ability to discern the spirit that we are of, because Jesus told us, guys, you don't know. You're doing it wrong. You're responding the wrong way. And so that's the first step, is that we have to say, God, I don't want to react and respond in the same way. Because though they may be accustomed to us, and it may be the way we've always done it, and it may be even our nature, God says, I've created you to be new creations with a brand new nature and a brand new response and a brand new way of living. And that you are powerful in your relationships. You don't have to be trampled upon, and you don't have to react and hurt people, but that you can be able to love them so well that they can even try to get you to stop loving them. And you can go, no, you don't get to hurt me, but I don't get to stop loving you. So bring it on. And I believe if we actually loved like that, we would be revealing Jesus to the world the way he is in heaven. And that's pretty important, because that's our life. That's our day-to-day life. We need to be powerful in this way. And so what would I call this in the future? Well, if you wanted to put a name to the study, if you want to put a name to it, I would say, let's loving like overcomers, right? Loving like overcomers, where love overcomes every obstacle. And that's kind of where I see us going hereafter, is I'm going to begin going through the Gospels and looking at how Jesus actually loved people, how Jesus actually responded, and how Jesus was able to stay powerful and to stay loving at the same time. And that Jesus was not a victim in his life. He did not get killed. He gave himself up, right? Because a lot of times we go, oh, Jesus was killed for standing up for the truth, and I'm being killed right now, and I'm so persecuted. Bro, you either allow it or you don't. Now, persecution happens, but how you respond to that, that's your powerful person. You are not a victim in your life as much as you want to make yourself look like it, right? Even if we're persecuted, we don't have to be victims. Because I guarantee you, the man that wrote Ephesians, Paul, sitting chained in a jail cell, wrote the most encouraging, life-filled book in the Bible, that is not a victim. That is a man who said, I'm chained to Jesus. And he was fully powerful even in prison. That's what it looks like to be a powerful person and to never stop loving.